Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 36, chapter entitled The Slaying of Arishta, the Bull Demon, text 16. Now this text has 6 pages, purport as long as 6 pages. And there's nothing to explain in that. It's a beautiful conversation between Srimati Radharani and Shri Krishna after he killed Arishtasura. So hear very attentively when we start the purport. Arishte nihate daitye Arishte nihate daitye Krishnenadbhuta karmana Krishnenadbhuta karmana Kamsayatha Bhagavan Narado Devadarshanah Arishte nihate daitye Krishnenadbhuta karmana Kamsayatha Bhagavan Narado Devadarshanah Arishte nihate daitye Krishnenadbhuta karmana Kamsayatha Bhagavan Narado Devadarshana. Read. Arishte Krishnenadbhuta karmana Kamsayatha Bhagavan What word meaning? Arishte Arishta Nihate having been killed Daitya the demon Krishnena by Krishna Adbhuta karmana whose activities are wonderful Kamsaya to Kamsa Atha then Aha spoke Bhagavan the powerful sage Narada Devadarshana whose vision is godly. Translation. After Arishtasura had been killed by Krishna, who acts wonderfully, Narada Muni went to speak to King Kamsa. That powerful sage of godly vision addressed the king as follows. Purport. The term Deva Darshana can be understood in many ways, all of which are consistent with the context and purport of this narration. Deva means God, and Darshana means seeing, or an audience with a great personality. Thus, Deva Darshana, a name for Narada Muni, indicates that Narada has attained the perfection of seeing God, that getting Narada's audience is as good as getting God's. Since Narada is a pure representative of the Lord, and also that Narada's audience is as good as that of the demigods, who are also known as Devas. That there are all these meanings of the term Deva Darshanaha reveals something of the richness of Srimad Bhagavatam's language. Now the conversation starts. A lot of humor in this conversation. From the Puranas, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has quoted 20 verses describing a joking conversation between Radha and Krishna that took place after Krishna had killed the demon Arishta. This conversation, so kindly quoted by the Acharya, describes the origin of Radha Kund and Shyam Kund, Radha's and Krishna's bathing ponds. This verse is as follows. Masman sparshadya vrishabhardana hantamugdha Ghoro asuroyam ay Krishna tadapi ayam gau Vritro yatha dvija ihasti ay nishkritahi kim Shuddhe bhavam stribhuvana sthita tirtha krichrat. The innocent young gopis said, "Aha, Krishna, do not touch us now. O killer of a bull, alas, even though Arishta was a terrible demon, still he was a male cow. So you will have to undergo atonement, just as Lord Indra did after killing Vritrasura. But how can you purify yourself without going to the trouble of visiting every single holy place in the world?" So what we'll do, I'll do Mangala Charan, and then we'll go and in between whatever explanation comes, we'll discuss that. Because all 20 verses, if we go together and then come back for discussion, it will take time. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manomishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadanti Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamsya Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminite Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshitarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratushe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे। So let us discuss the first, before the first verse, the first paragraph, which is being mentioned here. What is the meaning of Deva Darshanaha? So here in this text, the word Bhagavan is used and Krishna is used. So Krishna means Krishna. Bhagavan here refers to Sri Narada Muni, the powerful sage. So then it explains the meaning of Deva Darshanaha. Deva also means God, Deva also means demigods, and Deva also means the great personalities who has received the mercy of God. Three explanations are given. And similarly, in Srimad Bhagavatam, this Bhagavan word is used not only for Krishna or his incarnation, but also for Narada Muni and also for Lord Shiva. Because Bhagavan, what we understand is, yes, Bhagavan means one who has all the six opulences in full, but here it is explained, Bhagavan means also who has received the mercy. And as we know, when it is used, this word Bhagavan for Shiva, Prabhupada says because he is very close to Krishna, so very great personality, sometimes this word is used, Bhagavan. But this should never be mistakenly taken that Shiva or Narada Muni is equal to Krishna. It's like the representative of a big personality comes to your house, you give him the same respect. Like if you are supposed to meet the Prime Minister, but Prime Minister is busy and you meet the Principal Secretary of the Prime Minister, you will not ignore him. He is as powerful as Prime Minister. His one call, his one signature can also change many things in our lives. So that is why we give the same respect. So in that way Bhagavan word is used. Here specifically Deva Darshanaha is mentioned and explained. Deva Darshana is for Narada Muni because Narada Muni just now received the darshan of Deva, means Krishna. So after Arishtasur was killed, it will go that in the next verse itself, in this verse also it's explained, no? The powerful sage of godly vision addressed the king as follows. King means King Kamsa. So he goes. So before that, Narada Muni comes and meets Krishna in seclusion. And then he is describing Krishna that now you have sufficiently enjoyed or relished the pastime, what you wanted to do. But my dear Lord, you have come here for purpose. You are also very merciful. So do not forget to show mercy to all the living entities and especially to your mother and father who are imprisoned by Kamsa. And then Narada Muni says, because Arishtasur is killed and Keshi and Vyoma is remaining. So Narada Muni actually tells Krishna that now you have killed Arishta, very soon you will kill Keshi. And he predicted, because Narada Muni knew the pastimes of Krishna, how it will unfold. But after that, my dear Lord, you should come to give mercy to the whole world. And that is why, to speed up the process, Narada Muni goes to Kamsa and kind of ignites that anger within Kamsa. And next verse only he will go and tell, "Oh Kamsa, my dear friend, the son of Yashoda is actually not the son of Yashoda, but son of Devaki." So Narad Muni, we see, he comes to Kamsa when Kamsa gives his first nephew back to Vasudeva. I don't have any danger from him, you take him back. I don't want to kill him. Then Narada Muni comes, and he comes with a 8-petal lotus flower. Why? Because if Kamsa will become a good person, then Krishna will not come. Krishna will say, my work is done. But Narada Muni and other demigods and devotees, they want Krishna to come. So that is why this voice came from demigods when Kamsa was actually taking the chariot of Devaki and Vasudeva. So many a times we see, it appears that Narada Muni is supporting equally both the devotees and the demons. Yes, he is equal in giving them mercy. But to speed up the process and for some specific agenda, Narada Muni appears to actually, create a situation which may not be very comfortable. If a new person understands, he will always, if a new person will come to know, he'll always misunderstand Narada Muni. So why he's doing? There's a purpose. So he's going to Kamsa. That we'll see later. And why he is known as Jai Shri Shri Radha Rasa Bihari ki, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Gaunidai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. And why this word is mentioned, Deva Darshana? One, because he just met Krishna. Second, he is as good as demigod. He is Devarshi actually. And now we go to this appearance Leela of Shyam Kunda and Radha Kunda. How these both most transcendental ponds, they appeared on this earth to give us mercy, auspicious month of Kartik. So this event, Arishtasura being killed, is the day of Chaitra Purnima. Jiva Goswami confirms this, that this is Chaitra Purnima. Chaitra Purnamasaya, he says, it was on the Chaitra Purnima, and that is why after Radha Kund and Shyam Kund appeared, Krishna had his Ras Leela with the gopis in that area. So, Bahula Ashtami, it's written, Bahula Ashtami is the appearance of Radha Kund, but our Acharya Jiva Goswami very clearly explains that this pastime happened on Chaitra Purnima. That means the appearance of Radha Kund is actually Chaitra Purnima, which is somewhere in the month of April. But if you go and brush, this is how Bahula Ashtami few days back, on 18th it was celebrated, the appearance of Radha Kund, and thousands of people will come and take bath 12 o'clock in the night. So some devotees, they say, why this is celebrated? Because this was the day when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually visited. He visited Vrindavan and Kartik. So he found this Shyam Kund and Radha Kund on this day of Bahula Ashtami. So that is why local they celebrate like this. So it has become like that. So here it is said, the innocent gopis, young gopis, they said, alas Krishna, don't touch us now, O killer of a bull, alas, even though Arishta was a terrible demon, still he was a male cow. So you will have to undergo atonement just as Lord Indra did after killing Vritrasura. But how can you purify yourself without going to trouble of visiting every single holy place in the three worlds? So we see this example of Krishna and Indra. Now Indra killed Vritrasura. Vritrasura is an asura. So killing asura is no problem. He is an aggressor. And Lord Vishnu personally directs Indra how to kill Vritrasura using his thunderbolt, Vajra, made out of the bones, backbone of Dadichi Muni. Then someone may question that why Indra has to suffer. If he killed an Asura, why he has to suffer? And that too, he was instructed. He wanted to protect himself, so he went to Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu said, "You go to Dadichi Muni, get the backbone, make a thunderbolt, and then use it and kill Vritrasura." But Vritrasura, after being killed, the suffering goes to Indra, and Indra has to actually run 1000 years. He hid himself in the lotus stem where Mother Lakshmi is sitting. He went inside. So same example gopis are giving to Krishna. That Krishna, you killed Aristasura, that's okay, he was Asura, but he came in the form of a male cow. So some lesson for us. We are dealing with people having both negative and positive qualities. So management is tough. So we have to see how we can get the things done, but without offending. It's very difficult, especially when we are engrossed or we are captivated by mode of passion. It is very difficult to deal with a sadhaka without offending him, especially when we have to correct. Otherwise the sufferings will come. We have to bear the result. Because Vritrasura, okay, forget about Vritrasura being Chitraketu Maharaj, a Vaishnava, but Vritrasura also was son of a Brahmin. So devotees are devotees. But we have this tendency, at least I have this tendency that I have seen, that, because of the mode of passion, forget how we are dealing. Because at the same time you have to correct also. If someone is going wrong, we don't resort to killing, but we resort to harsh words, strong words. But then Acharyas also say, Chanakya also says, Prabhupada also says, that Guru has to give tadana, chastisement to the disciple. And Prabhupada chastised so many of his disciples. So does that mean Prabhupada has to take that karma? So just by the appearance of some Guru or some senior devotee is chastising, that does not mean he is offending. If chastisement was offense, then nobody would chastise anyone. But that itself is an offense. Dhritarashtra never chastised Duryodhana, and that is why all this chaos happened. If Dhritarashtra would have chastised Duryodhana, everything would have been sorted out. Krishna wanted to sort the things. He came, and Dhritarashtra is saying, "My dear Lord, what can I do? My son, he has to agree." And Krishna became very angry on Dhritarashtra. You are the king, why he has to agree? So maybe democracy started from there. Started family business, family democracy, and eventually it became democracy. See what happened? And then so many acharyas we have seen, they chastise. All acharyas practically have chastised their disciples. So do they have to suffer? No. Why? First of all, their anger is not inflicted because of mode of passion. First, they don't have karta bhav. They don't understand. They don't understand that that I am the doer. They take it as a duty to correct someone. So that ahankara is not there. The chastisement is also daya. We are doing this Damodar Ashtakam. Look at how Narada chastised Nalkuver and Mani. So chastisement is not wrong. Chastisement is right if the spirit, the mood of the senior is right. Otherwise he will have to take suffering. So only he knows and Paramatma knows what is the actual thing. So just a chastisement is not wrong. Like Krishna punishing, what he was supposed to do? Yeah? He killed a calf, no? What is the name of the calf? Vatsasura. That time also, Krishna's cowherd friends, they said, don't come near to us. You are an offender. You killed a Vatsa. Hey, but he was Asura. If I wouldn't have killed him, he would have killed every one of you. That's not important. Don't come near us. Then Krishna has to again go and take bath in Yamuna and purify himself. Just to show. So chastisement must be there, but without karta bhava. If every mother chastises the kids, son or daughter, otherwise it won't help. They get chastisement, they get beating. Every one of us have gotten slaps. So is that wrong? Is that offense? No. Is Mother Yashoda binding Krishna as an offense? No. It's daya, it's correction. So if correction has to be given, it has to be given with the feeling of compassion. With the proper mood that I want this devotee not to go on the wrong track, but to come on right track and proceed. And for that, sometime it has to be used. But here, different pastimes has to unfold. So they are telling. Now what Krishna says. Kim paritami bhuvanani aduneva sarva aninya tirtha vitatihi karvani tasu snanam vilokayata tavad idam mukundaha procheva tatra kritavan bataparshnigatam. Krishna replied, why should I have to wander throughout the entire universe? I will at once bring all the countless pilgrimage places here and take my bath in them. Just watch. With this, Lord Mukunda struck his heel on the ground. Why do I need to go? I am not telling even my father to go to Prayag Dham and to go to Char Dham, and I will go. So Krishna is, sometimes Krishna in Vrindavan Leela actually shows his Bhagavat Swarup, that he is Bhagavan. So then he says, Patalato jalam idam kila bhogavatya ayatamatra nikhila api tirtha sangaha agachateti bhagavad vachasatayetya Tatraivarejuratha Krishna uvacha gopihi. Then he said, this is the water of Bhogavati river coming from the Patala region. And now, O holy places, all of you please come here. When the Supreme Lord has spoken these words, all the holy places went there and appeared before him. Krishna then addressed the gopis as follows. There is another lesson for devotees. Krishna is supreme. He is Param Dhama. He is Param Dhama, abode of everything that exists in the creation. Everything means everything. All the holy places, they manifest from Krishna. And all the holy places has their origin in Shri Vrindavan Dham. When Narad Muni was visiting different holy places, he could not find any solution to the people of Kali Yuga. He was wandering to all the holy places. It is said that he went to all the tirthas. And then he couldn't find anything. He came to Haridham, Sri Vrindavan Dham, which is personal home of Krishna. Even though Krishna stays everywhere in the creation, but personally he resides in Vrindavan Dham. And all the holy places. You see, Rameshwaram, the original Rameshwaram is in Kamyavan, Haridwar, even Lakshman Jhula is there. And Gangotri, Yamunotri, Mandakini, and Kedarnath, Badrinath. And Prayagraj himself came. When Nanda Baba wanted to go to Prayag, so Krishna said, why my father has to go to Prayag? If I am here, why does he need to go to Prayag? And then Nanda Baba is going for an early morning bath, Pavan Sarovar in Nandagram, where he sees one black person who's rolling on the dust, in the dust of Vraja. He says, who are you? I've never seen you. So, he said, I am Prayagraj. I'm the Tirtharaj, the king of all the holy places. And Nanda Baba is astonished. What has happened to you? Why you become so black? You should be, effulgent. Divine effulgence should come out from your body. You are Tirtharaj. He said, all these people, they come and pour their sins in me. So I have become black. I have to take their karma. So then what are you doing here, Tirtharajji? I am coming here to purify myself in this dust of Vrindavan. And Nanda Baba is thinking, then why I need to go to Prayag? I was thinking to go to Prayag, but this fellow is coming and purifying himself in the dust of Vrindavan. So then he cancelled his plan. He got very disappointed. So he cancelled. So this is how we see all the original holy places. One disciple asked Srila Prabhupada, so every holy place has its origin in Vrindavan. Where is Jagannath Puri in Vrindavan? Prabhupada said Govardhan. That is the area of Jagannath Puri. So Krishna is the abode of all the holy places. And that is why his personal residence, Vrindavan Dham, is also abode of all the holy places. Then he says, Tirthani pashyata harer vachasataveyam naiva pratima iha ta atha tirthavarya procho kritanjali puta lavanad vidhir asmi shirabdhir asmi shutamara dirgikshaksmi. See all the holy places. But the gopis, they were also intelligent. They replied, we don't see them as you describe. You are saying something, but we don't see anything getting manifested. Something has happened, but they are not personalities. Then those best of the holy places, joining their palms in supplication, spoke up. I am the salt ocean. So one personality came. I am the salt ocean. So this ocean is also Tirtha. The ocean water is considered very pure. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj used to come, he used to go and take bath. So once, a few years back, Bhakti Prem Maharaj, now he is in Chakravarti, he is giving class. He came here and he said, Chalo, I want to take bath in ocean. Well, it is prescribed. When you visit near ocean, you should take bath. How many of you have taken bath? We stay here. I have never taken, only Achman. Shortcut. So then Bhakti Prem Maharaj, he went like, and he knows swimming. He's going. I said, Maharaj, be careful. He said, I know swimming. He's gone like 200 meters. He said, all the water has become dirty. To find good water, I have to go like half a kilometer, which is very far. So then he somehow took bath and managed. So salt water, even though it is salt water, but ocean is also tirtha. It's pure. Then the other personality, I am the ocean of milk, Shirabdi. I am Amaradirgika. Then ahead. Shono api Sindhuraham asmi bhavami tamara Parni cha pushkaram aham cha saraswati cha Godavari ravi sutta sarayu parayago Revasmi pashyata jalam kuruta pratitam. I am river Shona. I am the Sindhu. I am the Tamraparni. I am the holy place Pushkar. I am the river Saraswati. and we are the Godavari, Yamuna, and Reva rivers, and the confluence of rivers at Prayag. Just see our waters. All these personalities have come. So then devotees just need to go to Vrindavan and do Achman. This is Prabhupada is prohibited. Do Achman in Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, everything is done. Snatva tatho harir ati prajagalbha eva shuddha sarvapi akaravam sita sarvatirtham युष्माभिरात्म जहुषिहा कृतो न धर्म को अपि शितावह सखेर निजगाद राधा. After purifying, now all the waters have come from entire universe. So that is why Gopi said that you have to go to entire universe and take bath. Not only these places in India or Bharatvarsh that time, even the 7 most purifying rivers are here, which purify entire 3 worlds, especially Ganga and Yamuna. So then they said that you go everywhere. So Krishna said, okay. He is not calling directly Ganga, Yamuna. First river he called is Bhogavati river from Patal. So that the gopis, they get convinced that I don't have to travel to entire universe, and rivers from all the universe are coming here. Not only from this planet, but all universe coming here. So then after purifying, he took the bath. After purifying himself by bathing, Lord Hari became quite arrogant. Now, how can Krishna become arrogant? Here it is said, after purifying himself by bathing, Lord Hari became quite arrogant. Actually, Krishna only can become arrogant, nobody else, because he is the only doer. So arrogance suits him. That's natural. For us, all other living entities except Krishna, who are not the doers, we are unnecessarily getting arrogant. Especially conditioned soul in this material creation. And he says, I have produced a pond containing all the various holy places. Whereas you gopis must never have executed any religious duties on this earth for the pleasure of Lord Brahma. So he said, I actually did something. What have you done? Nothing. Forget about the universe. In this planet Earth also you haven't done anything. No religious activity you performed. And what religious activities Brajvasi has to perform? Nothing. Nothing is due to them. They just remember 24 hours Krishna, they sing about Krishna, they talk to Krishna, they call out Krishna's name, they see Krishna's pastime. Why do they need to perform any religious activity? Many of our acharyas, Madhavendra had said, Yamunacharya has said, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, that one who practices devotional service to Sri Hari, Sri Krishna, has nothing pending. Everything, all files closed. He has nothing to do anything in life except serving Krishna. So we all, sadhakas, follower of Srila Prabhupada, we should be convinced Krishna Bhakti Kaila Sarva Karma Kritahaya. We have nothing to do except serving Krishna. So only Krishna's service. We don't have to look for here and there some short-term benefits. It's actually sometimes what happens, we are looking for something. It's a very dicey situation. Very dicey, very tricky situation. I want to serve Krishna, and for that I need certain powers, certain facilities, certain position. Okay, that I think. That is how I think. If I get this, then I can serve Krishna. And look at Yudhishthir Maharaj. He was sent to Vanvas. Was he not serving Krishna in Vanvas? Even when Krishna said we must fight and get the kingdom back, Yudhishthira said we are happy in the forest. It's all right. Was Yudhishthira not serving Krishna? He was. What Prahlad? Was Prahlad not serving Krishna? He was. He did not say, remove this obstacle. Oh Krishna, please remove this obstacle named Hiranyakashipu. I'll become the king and I can do better service. I can start Food for Life program. I can do Harinam on the streets. But at the same time we see Prabhupada, he said if we get facility we can preach more. See the contradiction. Prabhupada told this commissioner of New York police, if you give us this facility, we'll be able to preach more. So sometimes pure devotees have asked Krishna to give some facilities to preach. Sometimes they have not asked anything. But in both the cases, they are completely dependent on Krishna. But with the conditioned soul, what happens? We may think that this facility will help me to serve Krishna, so that is why this facility is spiritual, but that may be my material desire. Only that person will know. Only that person who has a good sadhana, who is very much in mode of goodness, can understand about these subtle anarthas. It's very difficult to find out subtle anarthas. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaks to Sri Rupa Goswami, and we find that description in Chaitanya Charitamrita, 19th chapter, Rupa Shiksha. There he talks about this subtle anarthas, which may appear like a bhakti lata, but actually they are weeds. So we may think, oh, I will get this facility, then I can practice Krishna consciousness nicely, I can become a nice devotee, and I can also preach to many people. That is a conditioned soul's thought. Whether these are the thoughts of Krishna or a pure devotee, we do not know. So yesterday one devotee asked, how do I know whether I am walking the right path? I said, Guru can tell you. Nobody else will tell you. You cannot decide whether you are walking on the right path or not, because the conditioned soul is completely bewildered by Maya. He will always think he is right. He always thinks he is right. How many of us actually find fault within us genuinely and keep it in front of others? That see, I have this fault. And for the name's sake, sometimes we talk about some anarthas. Oh, I have so much Rajoguna in me. But do you really believe? So, these anarthas are not very easily detectable, very subtle. So I am looking for something, whether it will affect my bhakti positively or negatively, I do not know. So that is why one has to be always guided by spiritual master and scriptures, Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Then only one can understand the subtle anarthas. Whether sometimes the bewilderment is so high that a sadhaka may think, even if I get only and only if I get this facility, I can chant better. For chanting also we have conditions. But bhakti is independent, there is no condition, but chanting we have independent. Chanting we have dependence on something. Think about this. That is what the introspection has to go. And that will only happen when we are in mode of goodness. In passion and ignorance it will not happen. I need this facility, so I can do this. I need this facility, so I can do this. Whether we are looking for facilities for serving Krishna. And the more desires we have, two things will happen when we have material desires. Either Krishna will fulfill that. Krishna says, okay, let him be in the material world. Let me fulfill. He has done some bhakti. I am anyways grateful to him. He is trading his bhakti with some mere material benefits. Okay, he's a foolish, let him be. Sometimes Krishna may show extra mercy, and he say, he is a fool, I am not. Even though he is desiring, he is performing bhakti, he is desiring material things, asking for material things, I will not fulfill. Let him suffer. His suffering will bring him closer to me. So what Krishna will do, that Krishna knows. So then, they don't have any duties. So Krishna is saying, what duties you have done? Brajbasis has no duties to perform. You cannot tell Mother Yashoda, come for the Bhagavatam class. It's 8 o'clock, now come for the Bhagavatam class. She will say, what Bhagavatam class? What you are reading and studying, Bhagavatam, I am there. And you are going and paying obeisances to Krishna, he is bounded by me. Do I need to come for Bhagavatam class? No. They are living Bhagavatas. They don't have to come. So then, Radharani says, Karyam mayapi yati manohara kundam ekam tasmad yathadvam iti tadvachanena tabhi Shri Krishna kunda tata paschima mando gartah krito vrishabhadaitya kurer vyaloki. I must create ati manohara kundam. I must create an even more beautiful kunda. And till today, you see, Radharani, the name is so straight. You just say Radha, say Radha. You see, straight. You say Ram, straight. You see, Sita, it's straight. But when you say Krishna, without twisting your tongue, you cannot speak Krishna. That is Krishna's personality. Yeah? The words he will speak are twisted. The way he will stand is twisted. Use chant Krishna's name, your tongue get twisted. The way he walks is twisted. Nothing is straight. And his Kunda, devotees also is twisted. Shyam Kunda is not straight. The reason is okay, 5 Pandavas, but Shyam Kunda is not straight. And Radha Kunda is perfect straight. So with Krishna, if you are performing bhakti of Krishna, expect many twists in your life. He will twist the things. You will never know. So that is why he demands complete surrender. The more you perform sadhana bhakti, the more he will tweak or he will twist the things in your life. Like you see this sugar cane. So sugar cane initially goes very straight in the machine and the juice comes out. And then again another time goes straight. And then there is a straight fold. Then more fold. Then more fold. Eventually the sugar cane juice wala will twist the sugar cane and put the last. So Krishna has to twist our life to make us completely pure. Be ready for that. If you want Krishna. If you don't want Krishna, that's okay. You can enjoy in this world as long as you want. But if you want Krishna, he will twist hard. What he has done with his pure devotees, you can read Bhagavatam, you can read Mahabharata, you can read Ramayana. He has twisted everyone's life. So here, Radharani is saying, I must create an even more beautiful pond. So go to work. She is telling to gopis, go to work. Imagine, Srimati Radharani has crores of servants in the form of gopis. Krishna has no servant. Krishna is alone. He wanders alone. His cowherd friend don't listen to him. His gopis are giving tadana to him. Mother is binding. Only Baba is well-wished. Baba is also mostly busy in business. Krishna is alone. But she has servants. So she is telling, go to work. Having heard these words, the gopis saw that Arishtasur hooves have dug a shallow ditch just west on Krishna's pond. Paschima Disha. See, it's amazing. The gopis will start digging the place where Arishtasur has already kept his feet. But they don't want to touch the person who has killed Arishtasur. They say, Tatrardha mridula golatatihi pratiswa hasto dhrita anati dura gata vidhaya divyam sara krititam ghatika dvena tabhir vilokya sarasam smarate smakushnaha. At the nearby spot, all the gopis began digging the lumps of soft mud with their hands. And in this way, a divine pond manifested in the short span of 1 hour. Krishna was astonished to see the lake they produced. What is called that? What is that lake called? Which gopis dig? Kangan Kunda. Radha Kund will be little larger, but small there is Kangan Kund. Then they say, Procheta tirtha salila paripuryatam matkundatah sarasijaki jashki sahalibhistvam radha tada na neti jagad yasmad tvat kundam niryam urugovadha patakatam. Krishna saw, oh, very beautiful kunda you have created. Krishna is appreciating. So Krishna is not envious. See how Krishna has created kunda first, and these gopis also created. So Krishna is appreciating. Then Krishna says, but where is the water? There is no water. If you go to Kamevan, there is Dharma Kunda. Just a little ahead of Vimal Kund, there is Dharma Kund. Dharma Kund is the place where all these 4 Pandava brothers, they actually died. When Yaksha was asking question, Nakula died, Sahadev died, Bhima died, Arjuna died. Then Yudhishthir comes. So that is Dharma Kund. But there is no water. It is just Kunda. There are so many kundas in Govardhan, no water. In one Kunda, I saw some boys are playing cricket. Going down because it's empty. So Krishna is saying, you have Kunda, very beautiful, but where is the water? Okay. I am Bhakta-Vatsala. I am very compassionate. He is trying to show off his nature, but gopis are adamant. He said, go ahead, lotus-eyed one, you and your companions should fill this pond with water from mine. Le lo, hum daan dete hain. But Radha replied, no, this is impossible. Since the water of your pond is contaminated by your terrible sin of killing a cow, I will not accept. Na neti. 4 times she says no. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, na dhanam, na janam, na sundari. She is telling 4 times. 3 times so bahut common hai. I will say 4 times. So absolutely no. Then he says, Gopi is saying, Radharani is saying, Aharitya punya salilam shatakoti kumbhai sakhi arbudena saha manasa janavitah etat sara swamadhuna paripuryami teneva kirtim matulam tana vaniloke. I will have my countless gopis, companions, bring pure water of Manasi Ganga here in billions of pots. In this way I will fill this lake with my own water and thus make its renown unequaled in the entire world. So Radharani is determined not to take water from Krishna Kunda, from Shyam Kunda, and I will bring from Manasi Ganga, which is not very far. So all the billions of gopis are actually standing in queue and passing the matkas, pots of water. Well, they are trying to fill so much of water, but all the water gets absorbed by the mud. It goes to earth. The kunda is not getting filled. So they are worried. Right? Because what happens? Sometimes false ego works. To a certain extent, false ego is good if it is properly utilized. You take up a challenge and it will work. Sometimes the challenge is required. Especially for youngsters, this anyways false ego is there. Utilize in Krishna's service. So they kind of took a challenge. Now we'll get our kunda filled with water from Manasi Ganga. And who has brought Manasi Ganga? Krishna only. It's not someone else has brought, it's Krishna. But they took challenge. To a certain extent, challenge works. Krishna says, okay, you try. But then, eventually in our life, we have to surrender. Initially is okay. For few years when we come in bhakti, good. Challenges has to be given. It's the duty of leader to challenge the disciple. Because when you give them challenge, they have this energy. So they utilize all the energy in the direction which actually you decide. But you challenge them so they take up the spirit and get the things done. So, like I don't know how to play mridanga. So many years I asked 2-3 devotees. One devotee said, no, not in this life. You cannot learn. You don't have that patience to sit and practice. I tried but couldn't learn. Kartal somehow I managed to learn because challenge. I thought I am preaching to some students and they are about to learn fast Kartal. I must learn. Let the nak kat jaye. So that is how. So some challenge is good, but mridanga didn't work. So I said, okay, next life. Then they said, they bring the water, okay. Now what Krishna is saying? Krishnena Gitena Sahasetya Samasta Tirtha Sakhyastadiya Saraso Dhrita Divya Murtihi Tushtava Tatra Shabhanusutam Pranamya Bhaktya Kritanjali Putaha Sravad Astradharaha. Lord Krishna then gestured to the heavenly personalities, who was an immediate associate of holy places. Suddenly that person rose up to Krishna's pond and bowed down to the daughter of Sri Vrishabhanu, Radharani. Then with palm joined and tears pouring from his eye, he began to pray to her in devotion. Now Krishna signaled these heavenly personalities that go. If you want mercy, go to Radharani. Just by serving me, you have received the topmost benediction, but still, you have this beautiful sabji made. You make beautiful sabji, very tasty. Everything preparation is perfect. But if the dressing is not proper, then it doesn't look good. So dressing is very important. Dressing does not mean this dressing. Some devotees mean is how you actually put some coriander leaves or some cheese or some tomatoes, something. You're very nicely decorated. So Krishna is telling, by serving you have got everything, but you must serve Radharani, otherwise you won't get that bhakti. So they go, okay. Then they sing, Devi Tvadiya Mahimanam Aveti Sarva Shastrartha Vinna Cha Vidhirna Haro Na Lakshmi Khintev Eka Eva Purushartha Shiromani Stvat Prasveda Marjana Paraha Swayam Eva Krishna. O goddess, even Lord Brahma, now these heavenly personalities are praying to Srimati Radharani. Even Lord Brahma himself, the knower of all the scriptures, cannot understand your glories, nor can Lord Shiva or Lakshmi. Only Krishna, the supreme goal of all human endeavor, can understand them, and thus he feels obliged to personally make sure that you can wash away your perspiration when you are fatigued. It's a beautiful verse to meditate on, especially in this month of Kartik. The glories of Radharani and the glories of Krishna, both in the same verse. Not only glories of Radharani and Krishna, but the service attitude of Krishna towards Radharani is mentioned in this verse. That not Brahma, nor Shiva and Lakshmi can understand your glories. Who can understand your glories? Only Krishna, who is the goal of all human endeavor. And he wants to serve you. So then why we should not serve Srimati Radharani? Amazing meditation for this Kartik month. Then they say, Yas charu yavaka rasena bhavat padam jam arjanupuram aho nidadhati nityam prapya tvadiya nayanabja tatha tata prasadam swammanyate param dhanyatamam praharsham tasya ga eva sahasa vayam ajagama tat parshnighata kritakunda vare vasamaha tvam chet prasadasi karoshi kripa kataksham tarhi eva tarsha vitappi falito bhave nanaha. He is always, they're talking about Krishna. He is always anointing your lotus feet with nectarian charu and yavakaha and decorating them with ankle bells. He rejoices and feels most fortunate simply by satisfying the tips of the toes of your lotus feet. On his order, we have immediately come here to live in this most excellent pond which he created by one stroke of his heel. But only if you now feel satisfied with us and bestow upon us your merciful glance will the tree of our desire bear fruit. Beautiful prayer. Every sadhaka must go in front of Srimati Radharani and pray this. Beautiful prayer. In this prayer, what they are saying, see, on his order, we have immediately come here to live in this most excellent pond which he has created by one stroke of his heel, but only if you are now satisfied. So, we go to Srimati Radharani, that only if you get satisfied, our desire will bear fruit. But there's a catch. Before they approached Srimati Radharani and prayed for the mercy, they served Krishna. So Srimati Radharani will give mercy when we serve Krishna first and then go and pray. They served Krishna and they went and prayed, and Radharani gave her mercy to them. So we should first serve Krishna under the direction of spiritual master and then pray to Radharani. Those prayers will actually give us the result. Without serving prayers, I don't know how much impact it will have. Some impact it may have, but without service nothing will work. Then she says, Shrutva stutim nikhila tirtha ganasya tushta prahasmatarshamayi vedayati iti radha Yam tvadiya sarashim safala bhavama iti evano vitvara iti proktam taduchuhu. Hearing this prayer spoken by the representative of the full assembly of holy places, Sri Radha was pleased and said, So, kindly tell me your desire. See, they served Krishna as per the instruction of Krishna. This is very important. We want to serve Prabhupada, so we have to ask Prabhupada, how may I serve you? As Prabhupada asked his spiritual master, how may I serve you? I want to serve Prabhupada according to my own whims and fancies. That is not called service. Every one of you would have some time or other have had job. You don't serve your company or your manager as per your whims. You serve what they desire. Then only they will give you the fruits. No? Very simple logic. So how Prabhupada wants me to serve him and his mission, I should ask Prabhupada or his representative. How Krishna wants me to serve him, I should ask Krishna by reading Bhagavad Gita. Not that because I want to serve. Many a times because of sentimentalism, because of being afflicted by lower modes, I want to serve. That's passion. Prabhupada was told by his Guru Maharaj, print books when you get money. He printed books. Prabhupada is telling in one lecture, in one morning walk conversation, Prabhupada is very beautiful. Prabhupada says, I am not interested in these temples. That's not my job. My service is only to print books. And that's why I want to focus there. And he's telling his disciple, you take up all this service of building temple and managing it. Let me write books and print books. Because that is the only desire my spiritual master has for me. He very clearly is telling. But he has to do it, to guide it. He knows that if these temples are not there, people will not come and then they will not read books. So Prabhupada saying these are all auxiliary, supporting functions. First service is to print books and preach the message in English. This desires, this instructions he always held closest to his heart, and he did that. That is where the success lies. Prabhupada writes in 4.34 Bhagavad Gita purport, the success in spiritual life lies in satisfaction of the bona fide spiritual master. Period. If he's not satisfied, do whatever you want. Next life you'll get some spiritual master, satisfy him. That's how from years and from lifetime we are suffering. We have to satisfy. So then Radharani will ask you, okay, what is your desire? And then they said, then they told her plainly, our lives would be successful if we could come to your pond. That is the benediction we desire. So the desire after serving Krishna, the desire is also to serve more. And the result is benediction, and benediction is also to serve more. So they want a desire to serve more. 5 more verses. Agachateti vrishabhanusuta smitasya pravachakanta vadanabja dhritakshi kaona sakhyo api tatra krita samayatah sakhabdau magna vijayurakhila sthira jangamascha. Glancing at her beloved from the corners of her eyes. So she is looking at Krishna from the corners of her eyes. The daughter of Vrishabhanu replied with a smile. And she's standing in front of these heavenly personalities, but she is looking from the corner of her eye to her beloved Krishna. She understands. Now she is pacified. Please come. Her gopi companions all agreed with her decision and become immersed in the ocean of happiness. Indeed, the beauty of all creatures, both mobile and stationary, was enhanced. Prapya prasada mathate vrishabhanu jayaha Shri Krishna Kundagata Tirthavaraha Prahasya Bhitveva Bhittim Ati Vegata Eva Radha Kundam Vyadhu Swasalila Paripurnameva. Thus gaining the grace of Srimati Radharani, the holy rivers and lakes in Shri Krishna Kund forcibly broke through its boundary walls and swiftly filled Radha Kund with their waters. So you go, that's why I said amazing meditation, especially in the month of Kartik. So there is Shyam Kund, on the west it's Radha Kund, and there is Sangam. There are so many Giriraj Shila, they have kept Sangam. Actually there is a path underground. There is a connection between two ponds. There is a connection. So one Kunda, if rises, another Kund will also, water will rise. If one goes down, other goes down. So there is a connection. Proche hari priyatame tava kunda metan mat kundato api mahima dikam mastu loke atreva me salilake lir iheva nityam snanam yatha tvam asti tadvad iham sarome. Lord Hari then said, my dear Radha, may this pond of yours become even more world renowned than me. I will always come here to bathe and to enjoy my water pastimes. Indeed, this lake is as dear to me as you are. As good as Radharani. That's why Prabhupada says Radha Kund is nothing but liquid form of Srimati Radharani. One should be very careful. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur says one should not stay at Radha Kund area for more than 45 minutes. Only 45 minutes allowed as per our Acharya. Because after 45 minutes, your mind will get contaminated. If you are not a pure devotee. He has allowed only 45 minutes. Because even one sinful thought can lead to disaster. Such a holy place it is. And then what Radharani says. So Krishna takes bath in Radha Kund. And where Radharani takes bath? Radha bravedaham api swasakhi bhiretya snasyamyami arishta sata mardhanamastu tasya Yo arishta mardana sarasi uru bhaktiratra snadadvasen mama sa eva mahapriyostu. Radha replied, I will come to bathe in your pond as well, even though you may kill hundreds of arishta demons here in the future. Now she is like, even if you kill hundreds of arishta, no problem, I'll take bath. So there's a place called Manasa Ghat. If you, when we do parikrama, we enter Radha Kund. After Raghunath Das Goswami Samadhi, we enter Radha Kund, we pay obeisances. Then, what is that? Baitak? Janva Mata Baitak. Then we come here, we do Achman, we come in the center, both kunds. And then there's three Samadhi, Upar and all that. You go down left side. As you go down little bit ahead, there are red stone stairs, red color stairs. That's called Manasa Ghat. Every day at 10:24 or 10:48, Srimad Radharani comes there with her girlfriends to take bath. That place in Shamakund. Every day this pastime. So that is the place. That's why many senior devotees, they go and do Achman of Shamakund at Manasa Ghat. And behind is Samadhi of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and other acharyas. So Radharani said, I will come to bathe in your pond as well, even though you may kill hundreds of Arishta demons here. In future, now she is giving benediction. In future, anyone who has intense devotion for this lake, for Shamakund, which is on the spot where you chastise Arishtasura, and who bathes or resides here, is sure to become very dear to me. So Radharani is also giving benediction about Shamakund, and Krishna is giving benediction about Radhakund. But eventually Krishna wins here. Radhakund is more popular. That entire area is called Radhakund, it's not called Shyamkund. Mahaprabhu's Baitak is Shyamkund, not Radhakund. It's Radha Bhavna. Mahaprabhu never visited Barsana. He stayed in Brajmandal. He never visited Barsana. That's my home. The Radha Bhav is there. So then last verse. Ratotsavam prakrute sma chatatra ratrau krishambudha krita maharasa harsha varsha Shri Radhika prabara vidyut alankrito Shri Trailokya madhya vitati krita divya kriti. That night, Lord Krishna initiated a rasa dance at Radhakund, generating a torrent of the greatest mood of splendorous pleasure. Shri Krishna resembled a cloud and Srimati Radharani a brilliant flash of lightning, filling the sky with abundant beauty. In this way, the divine glories permeated the expanses of the three worlds. As a final note, it should be mentioned that Narada Muni, being a great sage, understood that killing of Arishta more or less concluded the pastimes of Krishna and Vrindavan. Therefore, Narada, anxious to facilitate the transfer of Krishna's pastime to Mathura, approached Kamsa and addressed him as follows. So you read these 20 verses and translation again, you will see how it started. What it means for sadhaka. The ultimate prayojan is Krishna Prem. And if you want to enter in the pastimes of Sri Rasa Leela, then you have to go through this service. Then only we can get purified and understand. Entering is far, but understand and then eventually become completely spiritual, get a spiritual body and go. Prabhupada said, Krishna is ready. Krishna is ready to embrace you. Go there in spiritual world and Krishna will kiss you. Don't have a desire to kiss a gopi. Go and be kissed by Krishna because you are Prakriti, not Purusha. So that is what Srila Prabhupada says. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.